Hey there, everybody. This is Eric from Outer Limitless.
And it's Carlos from Daily Carry Solutions.
We're here in Atlanta today to cover Blade 2019.
Now there is a lot of material to cover between June 7th and June 9th. These 3 days have a lot coming, so stay tuned.
You're gonna like it.
New album? New album cover.
Nice.
Yeah. Photo album.
Oh,
it's photos of other photos.
yeah, I can.
It's science. I don't expect you to understand.
I'm starting to understand your logic.
Right?
Oh, now I see what's going into your products. That's
Well,
yeah.
It's just nonsense in the words of people that film themselves. It's not narcissistic, it's what you do. You know, it's not like you just care about yourself. You're doing it for everyone else, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a service.
Yeah, to yourself, sure. So, I mean, right away, so this is the Trident 32. This would be the Gen 3 version of this backpack. And we are very proud to say that, like, seriously, man, it's got to be 70-something, 80% of the feedback of the changes are requests from users. Again, professional or non-professional background, it doesn't really matter. It's the fact that someone said, hey, this panel, you know, this panel is a bit big and square and obvious, and I don't need that much Velcro, and I'm not, you know, Dr. Patch, so I don't need morale patches all over. So, if you still need to attach something, we did the cutouts. You can kind of see side by side there. But we did these cutouts here, squared out, rounded out the panel, because some people are concerned, you know, they might work in a law office, they might, you know, be taking this to school or something. They don't want to look like they just got deployed and came back with all the tactical gear inside. So just softened it up. There's actually a storm cover right here. Last generation did not have this zipper covered, so there's a little piece of Cordura. That definitely helps with dirt and dust, but also makes it a little more uniform. The handle has been reinforced. It always had bar tacks underneath, but now they're a little bit closer. There's actually one right there. You can see that white stitch. That's the nylon bonded thread. And you can kind of see the color difference if you look at the bottom. This is 1000D Cordura nylon, 1000 denier. This is 500. So you got the durable part, and then the part that's just as strong, but a little less abrasion resistant than this guy.
So what'd you have on the 2.0?
100% 1000D Cordura.
Yeah.
So there's a weight. There's an obvious weight difference there. But since we use denser padding on the inside to protect your valuables better, it ends up weighing the same. So the fabric weight went down, but the density of the foam went up and the longevity of the foam. So now there's a denser, thicker EVA foam. You can even see there's kind of like a line right there, and that's a piece of foam cut out. So that's all foam lined. We still have this guy here to limit travel, and then when you don't need it, full access. Tough mesh panels, so as you can see through into these pockets. User requested, in fact, very specifically, a wedding photographer said, hey man, that Velcro, I rip it open to change a battery or a card halfway through the ceremony, and people go,
That's
hey.
an interesting point, because that would get me too.
That one comment led us to do that, and it's a very, very apt thing, and just makes sense because zippers, we can use really good YKK zippers that aren't going to wear out, and we can also add a little depth to these pockets, so I can get my fist in there, and because we just have a 1-inch folded section there, and you have two separate ones. So for instance, if you were a photographer, you know, good batteries, bad batteries.
Because you have a photo album of a photo album.
Well, it's
about to debut.
That's more art. But yeah, so we got a full loop lining in here, and I kind of set it up to let you get an idea of the capabilities of these new padded dividers. So you can make a veritable like catacomb city out of these padded dividers because they articulate and they bend to whatever you need. I made a little box down there, so that's off the height of the floor. If you put a lens in there, it's not even touching the bottom or the wall, which is incredibly padded. So now you have that thick EVA foam, you have an air pocket, and then you have something holding your lens or anything else. I don't carry camera gear or a laptop that often myself, but I find myself using these guys to their maximum potential because it's muscle memory. I open the bag, I always have, you know, my pipe kit, my pipe tobacco, my pipe cleaners and everything right in here. I have a small jacket that zips up into itself like a windbreaker. I have my tools right there. They're always there. I have a little thing for my work gloves and over-the-counter pain medication, that kind of stuff. And then I'll put my lunch or something up here on this supported guy. And now that there's Velcro all the way across, it used to just be like that, and there wasn't any Velcro. You have a little bit better shelf support as well as full loop lining all the way through. Support a 17-inch laptop up to a 17. And on the bottom here, oh, you can see this panel alone, man, to really save some weight and space, like big difference. You still have the same amount of channels, but it doesn't have to be as designed as this guy. Save a little weight, production time, cut it down so it doesn't take so long, and it's simplified. And I don't know anyone that'll tell you, hey, that's MOLLE right away. You have to know exactly what we're talking about. So this is usually an arcing concern that people have about a bag that looks like this, is it looks too military, but really to the uninitiated it doesn't. It just looks like a bag. Both Adidas and Nike and the camera bag companies are putting MOLLE. It's just straps. It's often not spaced correctly. One big thing is, I'm very proud of this, that for your expandable water bottle pocket. So we just use Cordura that's going to expand out, that gussets, instead of something elastic that will absolutely wear out. It has a lifespan, or mesh, and we use very good mesh, but that still can and will wear out. So Cordura here and Cordura here, there's nothing to wear out. The only thing that is wearable is the elastic retainer that you can easily just go to your local sports shop, eBay, Amazon, get a foot or two and replace it. And it's really easy to route it and find it. It's right in there. And when you don't need it, it tucks away. And it's nice and flat, and you can use a 3-channel MOLLE if you need it. But yeah, just a lot of useful stuff. What people liked, we kept. What people were complaining about, if we could change it, we did. If we couldn't, we got rid of it. So it was very small, incremental, however, overall, very, very useful upgrades, where it's not just, hey, it's new, so buy it. It's, hey, it's improved, actually, not just on paper. And that's kind of what we do. So that's the Trident 32. That's a Gen 3 version of the Trident backpack. And this will be, just as the last generation, a great seller and really just a good platform. I'm 215 pounds, 6'1", and it's a little big on me, but not as big as if, you were 5'9", 165, something like that. So I'll just give you an idea. I actually find it pretty easy to wear and somewhat normal to carry. That's about right. And it's got that larger kind of rectangle profile, but what that does is not sacrifice any cool curvy sexiness to functionality and storage. So we're going to keep it like that. Yeah, that's a Trident 32, Gen 3 version of the Trident backpack.
Yeah, I came back with my Javelin last year, and you were talking to a guy, you're like, oh yeah, like that?
Like this guy. I did that one time too. This customer, it was like a guy like this, and I'm talking about this one, like, we don't have one here, and then I was like, oh yeah, but here, and I pulled the guy with him.